Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lindsay here, and I have a special guest today. This is my friend Mack.
Hello.
Mack is an ISTP for all of you who are following the typology on my channel. And we're going to talk about just some general questions today, and we're just going to kind of see how they're answered by this certain personality type, and it'll be really fun. So we're going to get right into the video.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Okay, so generic opening question. What do you do for work and what do you do for fun?
I'm a software engineer at a cloud computing company, and I do improv comedy theater for fun. I also play ice hockey.
Sounds like fun. How long have you been doing improv for?
Improv for about a year and a half. Ice hockey since I was 5 years old.
Nice.
I'm 25 now. So, 20 years.
Bam. What would you rate as 10 out of 10? What to you is really great? Experiences, things, places, anything would apply. I know that's really abstract, I'm very sorry.
No, it's alright. I'd say 10 out of 10 place is a theme park called Six Flags Great Adventure
Oh, I've
in
heard of it.
Jackson, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's chock full of like the best rides around, and I remember as a kid going there all the time. I'm actually thinking about taking a trip up there, getting a giant group of people to go. Either Six Flags Great Adventure or Cedar Point, which I haven't been to Cedar Point. Heard great things. That's in Ohio.
Ah.
But like I'm a roller coaster enthusiast, or I used to be. I really like it. So
Isn't the biggest roller coaster in Ohio?
so Top Thrill Dragster used to be the tallest roller coaster in the world, but then that was taken over in 2005 by King Ka, which is in Six Flags Great Adventure.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
What could you do every day and not get bored of?
That play poker,
Okay.
play live poker. I have this ability to sit at the table for 12 hours and time just flies by.
Yeah.
So poker, definitely.
But I feel like poker is like still like a new experience. Like even though it's the same thing, it's like it's not like you're eating the same breakfast like every single morning because it's still like very different within the game.
Exactly. There's a ton of different combinations of hands and bet sizes and just in general player actions that can be taken. So it's super exciting and really, I'm a degenerate gambler, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's also like talking about like what I do for a living. Software development is a new thing every single day, and a new problem faced every single day, and it can get dull on occasion, but sure enough, if it's dull one day, the next day is going to be interesting with a new set of problems or new requirements from whoever. So yeah, so software development's I'm lucky in that I go to bed sometimes with a problem on my mind, wake up with the solution in my mind.
Very
Drive
cool.
to work, thinking about it, thinking about what I'm going to do as soon as I get into work, stuff like that. Yeah.
All I'm hearing is your functions talking. It's very fun. What is really easy for you? What can you do with your eyes closed?
There's like a few things in my life that are second nature, and one of them's got to be ice skating. Like I said, like I've been doing that since I was 5. So
I just sling you on the ice, you'd be good to go.
Yeah, it's really easy. I mean, at this point. So yeah, not many other things. I cannot drive with my eyes closed. That would be bad. And yeah.
The other day, I told Mac that I'm like a baby deer on ice skates, and he was like, "What?"
I don't know what yours.
And I was like, dang, yeah, okay. So, have you ever seen Bambi? But yeah, it's just I'm not as good at it on ice skates. I can get by, but everyone's very nervous that's around me.
It's nerve-wracking. You can fall at any second. Oh, everyone's nervous around you?
Yeah, because they're like,
oh, she's gonna eat shit?
Yeah. And then I'll get like confident. I'll be like, I'm gonna do a spin, and everyone's like, do you prefer a strict schedule or a movable one?
I prefer a strict schedule. And I often write down the tasks on like a sheet of paper of what I'm going to do for the day. Now, note how I said I prefer a strict schedule. it's really hard to write down everything that you're going to do every single day and then accomplish those tasks for more than 3 days in a row. So usually I can follow a strict schedule for about 3 days, and on that 4th day, I show a little bit of mental weakness, and it's just something I'm working on.
For me, it's like I have a set grouping of things that I want done by like the end of every single week, and it's like I kind of don't. It doesn't matter to me what order they go in, but as long as I get them all done, then I'm happy. They just kind of move around depending on the day. But like if something causes like one of those things where I can tell that one thing isn't going to happen in that weekly schedule, then it's like a panic.
I don't know if I don't panic when that happens.
Yeah, like it causes me like internal turmoil.
I kind of wish I was more like that.
I don't think you do. What do you find challenging that some people find easy?
So, in general, people are able to enjoy the small aspects of life a little bit more. I wish I could enjoy birthdays, like my birthday. I wish I could get all excited about Christmas. I know I sound like a very pessimistic individual right now, but it's just difficult for me to kind of. I feel like people fake it sometimes, but I could be wrong about that too. Like, I don't know. Just enjoy the small things in life. I think people more easily do that. People have an easier time of finding fun and enjoyment in life than I do.
Sounds like you're at the FE spectrum again. Really interesting. Yeah, like the outside. You're like watching these people in this outside social spectrum, and you're like, oh, they're enjoying this thing.
Yes.
And it's like you're seeing it from like a removed place.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
That's exactly. Yeah.
And but for the record though, it's like I know. See, I'm gonna say this from my perspective. I don't really care about holidays or like birthdays or things like that. So like from my internal feeling perspective, which is at the bottom as well, I'm just kind of like, it seems like a lot of work. To you, what qualifies as good communication, and how do you prefer to communicate?
Good communication. Now, when it comes to work, good communication. Most statements that are exchanged between two individuals in person or via, I don't know, some instant messenger application.
Messenger. Only 2,000. Yes.
If it has purpose and context,
okay.
Then we're good. Because need to know what you're talking about. And there's got to be a reason behind it. Now, in terms of just like regular shooting the shit, yep, shooting the shit, I prefer phone calls, definitely.
Wow.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes. Have I not called you yet? No, I've called you.
No, you
once.
did.
Yeah.
And I thought that there was like something, like I thought there was something wrong for a second.
Yeah, it's usually like as I befriend individuals or make contact with people, it's kind of a shock. But phone calls where it's at.
What would your best average day look like?
My best average day would look like a solid pre-workout to start the day off.
Like the drink?
A pre-workout meal and the drink.
Okay, gotcha.
If I want to take a pre-workout. But any caffeine intake is solid, like 100, 200 milligrams. So solid pre-workout meal, then a nice long, an hour to an hour and a half gym session, maybe even 2 hours, like if I play some basketball or something.
Okay.
And then come home, shower, and then work on like a project, work on something, and get a great lunch in, and then probably take a break, which involve like a solid dinner, but always going back to like working on some type of project. And if I'm gonna go out, it's probably to like go catch a movie, like the Tarantino movie on Thursday that's coming out. I don't know.
What is the movie called?
I don't know what it's called. Something like Hollywood something. But like I'll probably catch that
Yeah.
on Saturday, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like pretty much a chill day where I get to eat what I want to eat, relax if I want to relax, and have the entire day to work on whatever I want. That's the ideal day.
Cool. Oh, what makes you angry, annoyed, or frustrated?
What makes me angry would probably be people talking about me. Like if I know someone's talking about me, that makes me angry. What's annoyed? Was the second one?
Yeah, like angry, annoyed, frustrated. You can like group them together if you want.
Annoyed if someone wants me to solve their problem and hasn't given any effort into it.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
That makes me annoyed too. Totally.
What was the third one?
Frustrated.
I mean, it's
Kind of the same.
yeah, it's very similar. I mean, frustrates me is when my mom doesn't really understand like how technology works. I try and explain to her. That's frustrating.
What qualities do you look for in a friend?
Accountability. Not too extreme. Like I don't want it too extreme, but some level of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Now my friends are mostly like-minded in the success-oriented view. You kind of want to like do well, not only financially, but in every area of your life. And if that doesn't like resonate with you, like we can still be friends, but just know that you're going to be getting a lot of like advice from me, like. Where I shouldn't do that, but I do like coaching. I do want to be a life coach.
Yeah.
And I want the people around me to want to be the best person that they can be. So if there's a commitment there, and then we get to like be silly, I mean that's pretty much a solid friend in my eyes.
I agree.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what takes up too much of your time?
A lot of time is wasted building code. And so that's just the process of, it's not even like relevant.
It is relevant.
But essentially you write your code and then you've got to run a few commands to ensure that the code is built. And then there's like a play button. That's the simplest way I can put it.
Okay.
But that takes time.
Okay.
And there's no actual thinking, and it's a good time to like check your email, check other tasks that you have. Maybe someone left a comment on a specific ticket or something like that. So yeah.
If you could be really good at something overnight, what would it be?
Ooh, I don't know. I like become a badass video editor, and I feel like that could be accomplished overnight, like Adobe After Effects.
We're talking about you can anything you want. Logic does not have to apply.
Oh, Logic doesn't have to apply.
I know.
Oh wow.
It's a really big deal.
Oh wow. Shit. Not cooking, even though cooking would be great. Because I feel like I can find something better than that.
Yeah.
Singing.
Singing.
That's probably got to be up there for me.
Okay.
Like, because I love to sing, and so if I could be, like, if I could have like Ed Sheeran's voice, that would be great.
Yeah. I think actually like drawing would be one of mine.
Nice.
Like if I could draw like anything I see in my head, that would be amazing. Okay, so we're gonna be artists.
Yes.
In our overnight venture. Do you have any songs memorized?
I have a bunch of songs memorized.
Which ones?
Probably the most impressive one would be Rap God by Eminem.
Okay.
Well, that's the most impressive one.
Okay. In your opinion, what the world really needs is blank.
The world really needs is technical leadership in the political landscape. Yeah, it could be biased because I'm super into technology and stuff like that, but I think it's clear where we're headed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for someone to have that technical perspective and those people making decisions probably would lend itself better than the decisions that are being made now. But yeah, that's what I think. And then I think obviously everyone needs to get along.
But
I don't know if we'll see the utopia in our time, but I think maybe in the future. Do you think so?
I mean, it depends how you want to look at it. Depends who's in control. Depends who's running the simulation at that point. I mean, a lot of shit's going to change in the next 10 years.
Yes.
So who's behind the change is going to, like, make everything matter.
Running the simulation, yes.
That's another video.
Yes.
Initial impression. My initial impression of Mack was that we saw eye to eye on how things could work and the potential of how things could work related to a specific project that cannot currently be disclosed, and that we could see its application the same way compared to maybe someone else who would see it differently, but we could just very much see eye to eye on how this thing could potentially work, how it would work in the current social climate for the same reasons. And I was like, this person sees this thing the same way that I am seeing it. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and I guess I can add to that as well. My first impression was, that you were very intelligent and that you would be able to, kind of keep up with the conversation.
It's a good thing to have.
Yeah. In terms of actually discussing ideas. So, like, I love to talk about ideas all the time, and you're the type of person that can actually, like, do that and have fun, too. Yeah. Sit around and talk about ideas.
Okay, so what did you see that was similar and what did you see that was different? So similar, definitely, I could definitely just see that we were both logic oriented first. That was kind of like the most obvious thing, I think, is that we were looking at the same thing in a logical perspective versus coming at it from any other angle. And I would say, like, the biggest difference was you're an IRL person, you're an in real life person, and I'm way more in the clouds than you are. I don't remember when it was. It was like one of the first few times when we were hanging out, and you're just like, something I said, and you're just like, that's so abstract.
Yeah.
You actually said those words, and I'm not used to being called out on my shit like that. And I was just like, and I was like, he's right. Like, it was very abstract. So I saw that as being different. And also when I was like, I asked you about your internet friends, and you said you didn't have any.
Yeah.
And, like, most of my friends are internet friends. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's very... So to me, that was very different, but admirable that you know people in real life a lot. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Some differences. Lindsay will look at the entire paper and how all the sections relate to each other, whereas I will look at, like, one section and, like, dive in deep for that one. So there's a little bit of difference. That was the difference I thought about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Similar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, like, we have no problem talking to a camera, at least from, like, your Snapchat stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm one of the only people on, like, the 60 people I have on my Snapchat that actually turns their face to the camera and, like, talk for, like, I don't know if people find it annoying, but I do it and you do too.
Yeah,
So,
that's interesting, and that is true.
yes. I don't know if that's just the nature because I don't mind being, creating content.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, thinking about that now, I feel like a lot of people on Snapchat are kind of, they don't want to show their face, ever.
I think that's a lot of people in general. I think once you start uploading videos on YouTube and you get used to looking at yourself and editing your own content, then you just kind of get used to the fact of, like, that's the person you are. But I think, like, in the beginning, everyone's like, oh my gosh, do I really sound like that? Like, is that really me? And it's just, like, so shocking to, like, witness your own self in like this objective kind of manner that it's too much for people. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that's my long-winded ass answer. So Mac is very new to the personality typology. Anything related to that, I just kind of threw it at him. And so when you were kind of reading that information that I sent you the other day, what was your like initial impression of reading it and kind of absorbing it?
Well, it really resonated with me. One of the things that really hit hard was, I forget what point it was, but like emotionally, like me emotionally opening up to people I just don't do that often. I mean, I do and I don't, right? I don't know. There was a line that said like, if you meet someone of this type, that you might not understand if they like you, or and I always get comments saying how I'm so hard to like read and stuff like that. So that one really resonated with me. I was like, yeah, that's probably me. I mean, that's definitely me. I've been hearing that for a while.
That's so funny. That's it for this video. We have another video that we did together, and it's gonna be on Mack's channel. And so you can go check that out over there. That'll be linked down below. And Mac, what kind of content do you cover on your channel normally?
So it's generally software development, but I'm trying to take a more broad approach, which is just business in general, personal development, and I can't help but be silly, so there's some there's some nonsense on there too. But it's all business-y related, so.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. You'll probably see Mac and some other things relatively soon, so.
Goodbye. Oh, nice. We're going to be both in the shop.
How else would it be?
From what you were describing earlier, I thought you said it was just going to be strictly on me.
No.
And I was like, oh, that's...
I think I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm going to take a 2-week vacation. Usually I'm ready to go back to work.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that.
A 2-week vacation?
Yeah. I
don't think I've ever taken a 2-week vacation.
I'm about to take one next month.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna